Now, I'm sure you have experienced this before. You go to the gym with your friend to hit a calisthenics sesh. Your advanced pro your advanced pro calisthenics friend tells you, okay, we're going to be doing 1 rep max weighted pull up. And you're like, what the hell? And this guy is getting you to start off with like 60% of your max weight. You're thinking, I'm just warming up with 1 or 2 pull ups, bro. Like, leave me alone. But wait, before you actually do a 1 rep max, your friend tells you to slowly build up to your 1 rep max first by trying out lower sets of weight. So you do that. And eventually, you try 10 kg, 20 kg, and then you go for your 1 rep max of 30 kg, and boom, you got it. But the craziest part is what happens after. Because after you hit that 30 kg pull up, you go to the bar, you do your bodyweight pull up, and it feels so freaking light. It's insane. It feels so effortless and amazing. You're thinking, wow, if I just lift really heavy before doing bodyweight pull up, I feel like I can do way more reps. Okay, so this is actually a scientific phenomenon known as potential post-activation potentiation enhancement. Now, what the hell is this? When you lift something really heavy, your brain starts to recruit more muscle fibers. Now, specifically, fast twitch fibers. These fibers are specifically built for speed and power. So they get activated when you have to lift something really, really heavy. So when you're lifting something super heavy, your fast twitch muscle fibers start to fire. Your muscles warm up from the inside and they start to contract faster and more forcefully. Your muscle is now in this activated state. Not only that, but your muscles actually produce more force per contraction. Now, when your muscles contract, the more force they can produce, the heavier that you can lift something. So now your muscles are in this activated state. They are ready to lift something really heavy. And this is that post-activation potentiation enhancement window. Okay, so that is really cool and all, but there is a small catch to this. Actually, it's kind of a big catch, but you do need to have a certain level of training under your belt. So for beginners, I'm sorry to say this method just won't work. All the studies they've done on beginners have shown no improvement in their performance before doing a heavy lift and then attempting to do some kind of explosive movement. It didn't work. The best results have been seen in regular gym goers and specifically trained athletes. But that's okay because we're all athletes here. Actually, yeah, I feel like, just a little side note, but I feel like in this current day and age, there are so much more people now that are so much more disciplined and go to the gym regularly. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. But I feel like more and more people are becoming athletes, which is a good thing. Okay, so how do we actually use this method specifically for muscle up? First thing to note is the rest time after doing your priming set. The rest time is very important because if you rest too little, it won't work. And if you rest too long, it also won't work. So it's about finding that sweet spot. And this is the part that might take some experimentation on your side. But you also might know yourself very well. And you might know exactly how much amount of time you need to rest before jumping into the next set. How much do you lift for your primer set and for how many reps? So it's recommended to go anywhere from 65% of your 1 rep max to 90%. So let's say my maximum number of muscle ups is 1. How do I do 60% of my muscle ups? That's easy. I use a band. So I use a band that allows me to do about 60% of my max effort of muscle ups. So I might use a band that allows me to do 4 reps of a muscle up, which is about 80% of my 1 rep max. And how does that make sense? The best way to work it out is to use your body weight. So I weigh about 60 kg. 80% of my body weight is about 45. So what do? I get a band that reduces my weight by 15 kg, which leaves me with 80% of body weight. You know what? I think that might have been too confusing, but it is what it is. Okay, and how much volume? We want to do about 1 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps. Personally, for muscle ups, I do 1 set of 4 banded reps of muscle up. Now, what about the rest time? Well, I rest for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes for me is when I feel fresh for my next set of exercises. So that's kind of the benchmark that I use. So in summary, do your heavy lift first, rest 5 to 8 minutes, and then go all out into your explosive muscle up. Let me know if you have used this protocol yourself or if you accidentally used it like I did.